The Voyage by Alfred Lord Tennyson. We left behind the painted buoy that tosses at the harbor mouth, and madly danced our hearts with joy, as fast we fleeted to the south. How fresh was every sight and sound on open main or winding shore. We knew the merry world was round, and we might sail for evermore. 2. Warm broke the breeze against the brow, dry sang the tackle. Sang the sail. The lady's head upon the prow caught the shrill salt, and sheared the gale. The broad seas swelled to meet the keel, and swept behind. So quick the run, we felt the good ship shake and reel, we seemed to sail into the sun. 3. How oft we saw the sun retire, and burn the threshold of the night, fall from his ocean lane of fire, and sleep beneath his pillared light. How oft the purple-skirted robe of twilight slowly downward drawn, as thro, the slumber of the globe again we dashed into the dawn. New stars all night above the brim of waters lightened into view. They climbed as quickly, for the rim changed every moment as we flew. Far ran the naked moon across the houseless ocean's heaving field, or flying shone, the silver boss of her own halo's dusky shield. The peaky islet shifted shapes, high towns on hills were dimly seen. We passed long lines of northern capes and dewy northern meadows green. We came to warmer waves, and deep across the boundless east we drove, where those long swells of breaker sweep the nutmeg rocks and isles clove. By peaks that flamed, or, all in shade, gloomed the low coast and quivering brine with ashy rains, that spreading made fantastic plume or sable pine. By sands and steaming flats, and floods of mighty mouth, we scudded fast, and hills and scarlet mingled woods glowed for a moment as we passed. 7. O 100 shores of happy climes, how swiftly streamed ye by the bark! At times the whole sea burned, at times with wakes of fire we tore the dark. At times a carven craft would shoot from havens hid in fairy bowers, with naked limbs and flowers and fruit, but we nor paused for fruit nor flowers. 8. For one fair vision ever fled down the waste waters day and night, and still we followed where she led, in hope to gain upon her flight. Her face was evermore unseen, and fixed upon the far sea line, but each man murmured, O my queen, I follow till I make thee mine. And now we lost her, now she gleamed like fancy made of golden air, now nearer to the prow she seemed like virtue firm, like knowledge fair, now high on waves that idly burst like heavenly hope she crowned the sea, and now, the bloodless point reversed, she bore the blade of liberty. And only one among us, him we please not, he was seldom pleased, he saw not far, his eyes were dim, but ours he swore were all diseased. A ship of fools he shrieked in spite, a ship of fools he sneered and wept. And overboard one stormy night he cast his body, and on we swept. 11. And never sail of ours was furled, nor anchor dropped at eve or morn. We loved the glories of the world, but laws of nature were our scorn. For blasts would rise and rave and cease, but whence were those that drove the sail across the whirlwind's heart of peace, and to and thro, the counter gale? 12. Again to colder climes we came, for still we followed where she led. Now mate is blind and captain lame, and half the crew are sick or dead. But, blind or lame or sick or sound, we follow that which flies before. We know the merry world is round, and we may sail for evermore.